Right, this picture you see on my screen, obviously a colored picture. The theme is winter, and we have a dark blue tree with a dark blue sort of ground, and then beyond that you've got light blue areas. Now if I print this out on my laser printer black and white, the darker areas are going to come out obviously a dark blackish finish, whereas the lighter areas are going to come out more grey. Now what will happen is the lighter areas will become pixelated, so you get lots of little dots that are a little bit further away from each other than the darker areas will be. Now that can create a two-tone effect, but I want you just to understand why it's important that if you want a solid print, that it's best to print from a black image as opposed to a colored image, because you are going to get pixelation in the lighter colors, and I'll show you that in a second. Here I've printed the image out in black and white, and as I said, the darker blue areas came out more black than they did grey, and the color areas, as you can see here down at the bottom, they came out more grey than black. And that's because there's thousands of little dots in there, but they're further apart than these dots in this concentrated area there, which is darker. I'll bring it a little bit closer so you can understand the dots that I'm talking about. Right, so we're a little bit closer now, so you can actually then clearly see the dots in the actual design. Even in the black you can see there's lots of dots, but because it's very concentrated, a high density of dots in that particular area, it makes it blacker. Here's a good example. It's dark there, and as the lighter the color becomes, the less the dots are, and then it becomes light to nothing. Very light and darker down here. And once we foil this, you'll see the effect that you get. In fact, you get a two-tone. So example here, where it's darker, it's going to be dark, maybe silver all the way through, and starts breaking up, and you'll get a sort of a two-tone sort of flow there through the picture. But let's do the foiling and then you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Right, so we foiled this image using some silver foil, and as you can see, where we had the darker toner image, the tree and the grounding area there, obviously it was darker, there was more toner, so we had a better foil adhesion to that area. In the tree though, you still got a few little dots. Now if your artwork had been black and white, then you wouldn't have that problem. You'd have that would be solid. And again, here you can see the pixelation. There was a higher concentration of dots there, it was darker, and as the color was lighter, there was less dots being applied to the paper, and as the dots get less and less, so too does the foil transfer, and you'll have that pixelation like that, as you can see there. A good example here, it gets darkish, and then as the dots get less and less and less and less, so does your foil transfer until you get nothing. So if you're looking for a pixelated effect, do your artwork in black and maybe a grayish color, and you'll get this sort of result. If you're wanting it all to be solid, everything to be solid, then just do your artwork plain pitch black, and you'll get a much better foil transfer than we have there, although that's probably 95%, I would say. But that's what we call pixelation, and that's how you can achieve a two-tone effect, as you can see there.